Feature Friday.
The freshest.
However, there's also other ones that I want to talk about. I think it's a good time now that I've mentioned Hwasa to sort of give our review on Hwasa's album, because we just watched it and it should be out now on the channel, and I think it's one of the most beautifully, contextually, structurally, like structure wise, it's one of the most beautifully made EPs of the year.
Yes, same.
It
I
really
agree.
is.
I just adore the cyclical feel to the album, because it kind of gives you a conclusion with the last song, but it also brings you back to the beginning because you hear the sounds of the waves and it's very atmospheric, like the intro.
The intro's
so you
brilliant.
got the intro. It is so easy to listen to, so accessible. Then you move on to the title track and you have this whole complexity of who she is,
Conflict.
and this
Fight.
conflict and the change and the abrupt changes in mentality and image and the
Genres.
the whole idea of Maria. It's actually so genius. And then move on to the other tracks. I think
It was.
I think it was like, "Are you serious or kidding me?"
Yeah.
Kidding. Yeah, really cool. A very very Zico track. A very Zico track. I love
Started
how,
very upbeat, then it came down.
which lets you know all these little layers to who she is and her lifestyle and what she's going through. And I think Zico did a very good job
Production-wise.
at creating the atmosphere for her, creating the platform for her to express her feelings and emotions.
Giving her the playroom.
Yes, absolutely. He literally gave her a key.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the space. And then Y comes in, and it's a super easy, likable song that you can play over and over again. Actually, it has title track potential.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tracks for sure.
Clear inspirations, clear market. I think it's one of the songs that can really really blow up, like
In
through
the Western
TikTok
world.
or through any of that stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the Western world, it could really 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 do really well.
And then you get that collaboration with DPR in
Life.
her Bad.
Which is
And
cheeky, sexy.
It's cute, it's sexy, it has the Latin guitar influence thing, and it's just so great. I think the journey itself, it goes from being conflicted, here's a lot of things happening in my mind, here's what I am, but I also have these layers to myself, you know. And I feel like we have a very good visual we have a very good visualizer of who she is through this album. And then obviously it goes and finishes with an absolute masterpiece. Chord progressions were beautiful in LMM. The string section was so full,
Best song of the album to me.
so it was close to bringing me to tears, very very close to bringing me to tears. The poetry, the lyrics, the painting, the picture, and it gives you a very good sense of satisfaction when it finishes the whole album. You get a sense of closure. And sometimes with mini albums and EPs, I don't feel like I got closure. I feel like I'm wanting more. But in this, it just felt like it was the right place to end it, you know? Especially with a track that is so emotionally charged.
Yeah, I think what was really cool about the whole EP is the fact that it felt like Hwasa's journal, a diary.
Feels
Right.
very personal.
Yeah, and it felt like those days where you have ups and downs and you don't realize where you are because you're being blinded by your own light. It's also days where you feel like being cheeky and attractive, and you feel your best, you look your best, you want to flirt. There's also days where you ask, why doesn't the person I want the most want me back? There's also days where you find that no one will understand you or appreciate you more than you, and you have these days of self-empowering days. And when you look in your mirror, you're not happy with what you see, but when you really try and find and dig deep down to who you are, you find your core, and then you start finding this stripped away versions of yourself, and this version that you want to be, this Maria, this angelical sort of a perfect idea, or someone who she's very comfortable at seeing in the mirror. Because maybe what this is all about, it's the fact that she doesn't, and I understand why some artists go through this. Not because I've gone through this myself. I don't know what it's like to be under that amount of pressure. I can only imagine, and then probably get a minuscule idea of what it is. But it must be really bizarre to know that people know you for your artist facade, and then when the mask comes off, that's not the person they know. So do they really know you at all? Do they really like you at all? Do they really support you at all? They really support their Hwasa. They don't support Maria, right?
Yeah.
So it's such a complex journey, very juxtaposed by so many sentences and so much lyrics. And I really think it's beautifully made. Like the structure wise,
production,
context,
the concept.
The fact that it's her first mini album, so you really get to see those dark spots, those light spots, those shades of grays.
I actually think it's a brilliant showcase.
It's fantastic.
It's a brilliant one.
Fantastic. I just want it. Sorry to interrupt. I just want it to be marketed in the Western world. That is my only pet peeve I have right now.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah.
I want this to be absolutely,
as mainstream as everything else. Yeah.
Over marketed in England, in America, in the Western world. Absolutely. I think it would be absolutely welcome with open arms in Latin America.
Absolutely.
I think it would be welcome with open arms.
Not only the rest of Europe?
Yeah, in America completely. I think that market would swallow it up. Yeah, it has so many influencers that are already doing well. You could see, we mentioned it, you could see influencers like those sounds of editing that make Billie Eilish iconic. That's brilliant. She's obviously been inspired by people like Rihanna,
and
Beyonce. She's spoken about it. So you can see all these twangs and all these little sparkles.
Yeah.
My only problem is that it's not being marketed like the end of the world in the Western world.
I actually think that's also because she comes from a label that is in one of the most influential labels in Korea. She comes from Rainbow. She signed with Rainbows, and they aren't the top 3 labels.
Yeah, but I don't think it would be that hard.
But
make that a TikTok song. Get a few influencers, blow it up.
She's actually doing a Maria TikTok dance challenge.
Good.
And people are doing it and reposting it, but I don't think it has gotten
it hasn't
viral
picked up.
yet. So, but it's still quite kind of new, I'd say.
I just hope it really picks up that weird, that effect.
Yeah.
Because TikTok is the thing. I'm not a big fan of TikTok, because that's the thing for
but
music
it's such a trampoline for new artists.
Definitely.
If out of nowhere, sometimes really old songs suddenly blow up and become so relevant. So
it's great for the artist.
I think it's a very clever way of marketing now through
definitely.
TikTok.
Yeah, Instagram at some point as well was like that, where it was the viral thing. It still is like that to some extent, but TikTok seems to be kicking it up. I just really hope that it does the best it possibly can.
I agree, and I think if this doesn't meet their ends or their expectations, this is a very good opener to whatever's to come for her.
And whatever happens next is good, though. That's
absolutely
positive.
Yeah.
Sup, people? If you're a dancer. Sup, people? If you're watching this and you're a rapper or a beat producer,
a singer, a ghostwriter, or even just somebody who likes new music,
then this is for you.
Feature Friday is the show where we make new music every week featuring your tracks, your raps, your lyrics, or yourself as an artist.
There's no catch. This isn't one of those weird posts where you click on the website and you're trying to order AirPods and they say it's free and then you have to pay like $100,000 million for shipping. This is completely free. We understand how difficult it is in the music industry to get seen, and there's so many amazing rappers and singers and beat producers out there. So this is just a place to showcase your skills. We showcase our skills. We make music every week, which we love doing anyways. We get to show new artists to new people and new people to new artists.
So if you'd like to get featured next, message me here on Instagram or email me and we will get in touch pretty soon.
Please do it fast because a waiting list is forming and we don't want anyone waiting around. Keep scrolling by.
See you Friday.
Peace.
Bye-bye.